In a remote Zen monastery, nestled high in the mountains, a young monk named Toshiro longed for enlightenment. He was disciplined, intelligent, and deeply devoted to his practice. But despite years of study, he still felt empty, as if he were missing something essential. One evening, he approached his master, Zen Master Ryokan, and asked, "Master, how can I reach enlightenment?" The old master looked at him for a long moment before responding. "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" Toshiro blinked. "One hand clapping? But master, that makes no sense. Clapping requires two hands." Master Ryokan only smiled. "Come back when you have the answer." And with that, he walked away, leaving Toshiro bewildered. Determined, Toshiro searched everywhere for the answer. He meditated by the river, listening to the flowing water. He watched the wind rustle the cherry blossoms. He observed the silent snowfall. Yet, nothing seemed to reveal the truth. Frustrated, he asked the other monks, but they only smiled knowingly and said, "If we told you, it would no longer be your answer." Days turned to weeks. Weeks turned to months. The question haunted him. The more he sought the answer, the farther it seemed from his grasp. One night, in utter despair, he whispered to himself, "Maybe I will never understand. Maybe enlightenment is not meant for me." And for the first time, he wept. One evening, news arrived that Toshiro's childhood friend had passed away in his village. Stricken with grief, he requested permission to leave the monastery and return home for the funeral. When he arrived, he saw the pain on his family's faces, the quiet mourning of the village, and the way life seemed to continue, even in the midst of loss. That night, he sat alone under the vast sky, staring at the stars, feeling the unbearable weight of impermanence. If everything is fleeting, if joy, pain, love, and even life itself are like the passing wind, then what is truly real? And then, something strange happened. For the first time, he stopped searching for the answer. Instead of grasping, he let go. Instead of trying to understand, he simply allowed himself to be. And in that stillness, something shifted. Toshiro returned to the monastery. He went straight to Master Ryokan and bowed deeply. "Master," he said, "I have no answer, and yet I feel I finally understand." Master Ryokan smiled. "Then tell me, what is the sound of one hand clapping?" Toshiro raised his hand and gently waved it through the air. The room was silent. But in that silence, there was everything. The whisper of the wind, the beating of his own heart, the rhythm of existence itself. Master Ryokan nodded. "You have found your answer." Toshiro's eyes filled with tears, not of sadness, but of deep, indescribable peace. For the first time, he understood that enlightenment was never about finding an answer. It was about embracing the question. Life, too, is full of questions without clear answers. What is my purpose? Why do I suffer? What comes next? But perhaps the answers are not meant to be grasped, but experienced. Sometimes, peace is not found in the pursuit of truth, but in the acceptance of life's mysteries. So, the next time you find yourself struggling for an answer, pause, breathe, listen to the silence. And maybe, just maybe, you will hear the sound of one hand clapping. The greatest truths are not spoken, but felt, not found, but lived. Would you like to explore more Zen wisdom? Let me know. If this story inspired you, Please like this video, leave a comment about what it taught you, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting content and life-changing stories. Together, let's spread positivity,